Hi, my name's Jonny, and today I want to talk about the gear that got away. We've all been there, we've all, in moments of weakness, needed to sell a prized possession on because either we weren't playing it at the time, or because we just needed the money, or various reasons. Over the years, I have built up a substantial list of bases that I regret selling. I'm keeping this list to bases that I myself have personally owned and not using bases that I have been sent and had to return. I'm going to start things off to a time before I'd even started the channel. I used to own a Fender Standard Series Mexican Jaguar bass. This was a black body with a rosewood neck, and it actually came stock from the factory with a white pickguard, which was actually a mistake. And I kind of loved that about it. And what else I loved was the neck. Oh my God, one of the best Fender necks I have ever played. I loved that thing. It was definitely on the slimmer side, more like a jazz bass. And this thing just sounded so good, like just an absolute beast of a bass. Now, I stupidly swapped the neck out with a jazz bass because I was craving a jazz bass sound, and I played that jazz bass for a while, and it meant that the Jag didn't really get played, and I eventually sold them both to fund something else down the line. And yeah,
regret.
Keeping things back in time, one of my first high quality instruments was a Schecter Model T. These PJ Telecaster bass style instruments were absolutely fantastic in the early 2000s. Loads of metalcore bands were using them at the time, and that's what really turned me on to them. Came loaded with Seymour Dunkers. It came loaded with Seymour Duncan quarter pounders, and I came loaded in your mum. And the quality and sound was just so good. Again, I've bought another one since, and it wasn't quite as good, so I really regret selling that one that I had. Ugh. The next one is a fairly recent one, and it was last year in the video that I made about selling my entire bass collection. I sold the bass collection Betsy, the Guy Pratt signature bass. Ah! What an incredible bass that was. Amazing feeling neck, brilliant strings on it. They felt like rounds but sounded like flats, and the active EMGs in it were just so nice sounding. But again, at that time in my life, I just wasn't playing it that much, and I felt like I needed to sell it on to make room for some other stuff that I wanted to come in. And yeah, I really wish I didn't sell that bass. But it's one of those things where, can I justify buying another one just because I liked it? Not really. So it's a tough place that I found myself in, but it's a bass that I would always recommend. There is a demo of it in that video, so make sure you click up in the cards to check that video out. Or is it up there? I think it's up here. Click up here. At the same time, in that same video, I sold on my Maruschek Mr. T bass. This was an incredible looking semi-hollow Telecaster bass with a single 51 style P bass pickup in it. Are you kidding me? What was I thinking? Again, just fantastic feeling bass, really, really warm sounding, but still plenty of rasp if you wanted to wear it with rounds. And the wood grain was just absolutely beautiful on that all-natural bass. And I like things all-natural. That's why I like your mum. But again, if I'm honest, it was just kind of gathering dust. It was a bass that I didn't need, but I really wanted and really liked. And so when push came to shove, it just had to go. Every bass I've played from that Polish brand, though, has been really, really great. Next up is a totally different bass, and that is the Epiphone Explorer. This thing neck dives like crazy, and it is just kind of unplayable at some points, but my God, was it a cool bass. I wish I kept it just for bragging rights. It was a 90s Carina model, and yeah, the quality then was just really, really fantastic from Epiphone there. And I miss just being able to whip it out and impress everybody. But at least I can still whip it out and impress your mum. Do I regret selling it? No. But do I regret selling it? Yeah. Next up is a bass that actually never made it onto the channel. It was a made in Germany Warwick Corvette 5. I used to really dislike these basses due to the phallic nature of the upper horn, but now I'm going to really appreciate them, especially after having my own. I only used it on one video on my Instagram, I think. Woo! I absolutely love the sound of that bass. It was beautiful. The 2-band preamp on it was absolutely stunning, and yeah, what a brilliant playing bass. I found that bass in a cash converters. If you're in the US, it's kind of like a high street pawn shop. German-made Warwick Corvette 5-string up for £200. I noticed straight away that this wasn't an affordable bass and instantly bought it. Sadly though, the temptation to sell it on for a huge profit was there, and so my money mind got the better of me and I sold it on when I really should have kept it around. Before we get on to the next bass, I do just want to mention my Patreon. Yes, I now have a Patreon. So if you like what you see on this channel and want to support me financially to help me to create more videos, then that is the way that you could directly do so. So make sure you click the link in the description to check out the different tiers of my Patreon and yeah, join this amazing community. Now, it's no secret that I absolutely love Japanese-made instruments. I mean, get a load of this thing! And the two factories that were known for making high-quality Japanese Fenders was Tokai and Fujigen. Fujigen had their own in-house brand called FGN. You might remember on this channel I had a blue FGN standard, and this jazz bass copy was what I claimed in the video, which was one of the best jazz basses I've ever played. And this thing happens to me when the strings die, it hasn't been played for like a month. I pick it up and play it, it's not in its best shape, and I go, I'll sell it. Easy money. I'm like, I actually had so much seller's regret of this bass that I went out and bought another one, but I got confused and I bought the slight wrong model, and the bass was nowhere near as good as that original one that I had. Now, speaking of Japanese basses, I also owned recently a crafted in Japan P-bass. Just an excellent sounding P-bass, looked absolutely stunning. I think a big thing for me because of this channel is that I know, I could sell that and buy that. Or I could get one of those in and try that out and sell that and keep this and do this. Because I buy and sell all the time for the channel and I want to try as many basses as I can, it means that my own personal stock becomes at risk more, because I'm like, well, the temptation's there that I could just sell this and get this now, you know, it's a problem. But yeah, 70s reissue Craft in Japan P-bass, damn it! An example of that problem is actually the next bass, because to get that Japanese P-bass, I traded in this next bass. It was the Squier 40th anniversary precision bass. I reviewed it on this channel and I just think that still to this day it is one of the best modern basses that they've done. Absolute beauty and sounded phenomenal, played even better. I definitely want to own another like honey or blonde P bass in the future because I just love that 50s aesthetic. Speaking of 50s aesthetic, the next bass is my 50s inspired Mexican P bass. This was a black body, gold anodized pickguard and the maple neck to boot. Yes! From memory, when I bought this, it had a black pickguard on it and I swapped it out for the anodized gold. Now this bass sounded phenomenal and played well, but at the time I wasn't really vibing with the neck that much because it was a chunky 50s, vintage 50s style P-bass neck, and yeah, that thing wasn't quite what I was looking for at the time. I've definitely come to appreciate wider necks a lot more now, but at the time I wasn't gelling with it as much as I would have liked. And last but not least is the Squier Classic Vibe Precision Bass in Fiesta Red from 2013. What an incredible era. I'm actually going to do a video about this golden era of Squier, so make sure you hit subscribe to stay tuned for more videos coming soon. That bass, absolutely fantastic with flats on it. Oh my god, brilliant. Nowadays these basses are actually really sought after and are selling for higher than what they sold for brand new at the time. They've kind of almost become a bit of a cult classic, I would say. It's one of those basses that if you know, you know. There we go. Let me know in a comment down below what basses you regret getting rid of. And if anything, I hope that this video can serve as a tool for you to watch when you are thinking about getting rid of that prized possession that you've got right there. Don't do it! Don't do it! Unless you really need to. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.